right. Hey again, Dad. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. It's been a while since we did a podcast here, and we're going to do what? We're going to do shop update today?
Yeah, this is a shop update. So just me and you. We're not really going to focus on any type of Gretch history or Ludwig history or anything, but there actually later on will be a cool part of Gretch history, but that's part of a bigger podcast. We got a bunch of different things we're going to go over.
Yeah, that's part of what we're going to talk about. Yeah, we thought we'd run down things that are going on in the shop, what we've got in the way of cool stuff. So most of this, a lot of this is up on our Reverb site, so you can see a bunch of it there. You can also go to maxwelldrums.com, which is our main website, where the front page of that I use as just a vehicle of communication to talk about things that are going on. We do most of our comments off the Reverb site. But there's some cool things that we've gotten in. And, Steve Jr. did some video on a couple of these. We've got vistalite kits from Ludwig. Of course, this is the 50th anniversary of vistalite. And we worked out an arrangement with them to do just kits with 18 and 20-inch bass drums. And then I think might have been your idea, Stephen, that said, we ought to do something along the lines of like the Jelly Bean vistalite.
Yeah.
And, we had, what do we have, 8 different colors of vistalite kits.
We have a lot of vistalite.
We have smoke, pink, clear, yellow, blue, red, amber, and green. Yeah. 8 colors. So we had a whole bunch of kits, and we ordered like 31 kits. And we decided to take yellow, blue, and red and took 3 kits. 1 yellow kit, 1 blue kit, 1 red kit, and we mixed them up and made 3 Jelly Bean kits and put different snare drums with them.
Which is, I think I would buy like an 18, 12, 14 Jelly Bean. That just seems like it's really cool. If you can't decide, and then with the snare drum, if you can't decide which color you want, then it's a perfect solution.
But those were great, and actually they sold right away, and we sold a lot of the others right away, so much so we've got another order in for 27 more kits. So if people want to get in the queue on those, they'll be in. I did an update with them. I think they said they'll start coming in April.
So I'm curious, do you think originally there were, what was probably the smallest bass drum
20.
on a Jelly Bean kit?
Yeah. Well, the smallest bass drum.
Jelly Bean, not on a vistalite.
Well, the smallest vistalite bass drum they ever made before was 20.
And then they might have had a couple Jelly Bean kits in that configuration.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. You could have. But most of the Jelly Bean kits were just, the larger size. Most of vistalite was larger size drums because it was 72 when it came out.
We had like a 24, right? That's the one that we had a little while ago. It was a real big sizes. Like
the vintage one?
Yeah.
But most of the vistalite, they were like, 22-inch bass drums, and then like 12, 13, 16s, or, if it was a concert time kit, whatever.
Sure.
But there were a few kits with 20s, and there were no 18s. So we got that. I don't want to labor too much on that, but that's there. It's in. We got more coming. That's been terrific. Also, still in the Ludwig vein, we've been doing a lot with Ludwig with Classic Maple, and of course, we've got our Rosemarine Pearl and Classic Maple, which we've got a bunch of kits in right now that you'll be able to see on our Reverb store. We've also got some of the standard Classic Maple in both Jazzette kits and also downbeat kits. So Jazzette kits with an 18, 12, 14, 18, and the downbeats are 12, 14, 20s. A couple of those kits, we've got a Legacy Mahogany with mahogany stain, and a Classic Maple with mahogany stain, and both of those kits, 12, 14, 18, are going to be built out kind of as a tribute to Roy Haynes. You'll see these; they're up already, and we built those with 2 of my last remaining Rail Consulate tom holders. So it's kind of a nice little tribute and a nod to Roy. But we got a lot of the Classic Maple Ludwig stuff coming in. It's fantastic stuff. As I said, the Rosemarine Pearl. We've got some nice Glacier Blue, bunch of things there.
We should talk a little bit about some of the features on these, like why go for a vistalite.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. People go, oh, vistalite, what's the big deal there? And it's a rock and roll drum set. Well, yeah, it was brought out in 72 and was kind of focused there, but people forget acrylic drums actually sound great. I'm a big fan of Fibes.
And who were the first, technically? Who were the first probably ever? Was it Ziccos, maybe Fibes? Who knows?
I think Ziccos out of Kansas,
Fibes.
Bill
maybe.
Ziccos,
Yeah.
I think his acrylic set predates Fibes by a little bit.
And there was probably someone before him that no one knows about at some point. Yeah, some prototype that someone
Billy
thought of.
Gladstone had an acrylic Gladstone snare.
Oh, yeah.
And there's only a picture of it, and Chet Falzarano knows all about this. Anyway, that's a whole other side story.
They've been thinking about it for a while.
That was back in the 40s. Anyway, Vistalite, I'm a big fan of fiberglass and acrylic, and it is actually really, really great sounding. And people just haven't given it a shot, because when Ludwig did these in the early 70s, it was, it's rock and roll drums, so most of the drums had black dot heads on them, and okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you can do a lot more with them than maybe, because it's a real perfectly flat surface, which gives you a real pure tone, I think.
Oh, and the tone is great. They resonate beautifully. There's the purity of the tone is there, and they sound great. We've done kits with 12, 14, 18s with the factory heads, which are clear, thicker heads, and they sound great turned down low. Even with those same heads, you can tune them up high for bebop, but even better yet, take those heads off, put coated ambassadors on, and they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
most of our videos, we had clear ambassador on the top, and then just a clear
on the
Ludwig
bottom.
Bottom. Yeah.
It's what came from the factory.
And we did some with an open tuned bass drum too, which I've actually never really seen that ever before.
Yeah, I mean it's been great. I've got several videos up. These just sound fantastic, and I think the stuff's terrific. And the people who bought them absolutely love them. So there's that.
They're stronger than they used to be too. That's something to take note of, because people. Yeah. They would crack sometimes,
That's right.
It's a much heftier shell than it used to be.
Yeah,
a little heavier, but it's stronger.
Yeah, no, that's a very, very good point. It's structurally much more rigid and much better than the ones from the 70s.
And then the other two kits you talked about, you got the mahogany 3-ply, which is mahogany, poplar mahogany.
Yep.
And then the maple. You talked more about the maple, but the mahogany is real nice too.
They're both warmth,
both
great.
I think,
Yeah, and the mahogany one in that 12, 14, 18 is a little more like what Roy Haynes' kit would have been, because Roy's kit would have been one of the earlier ones.
Probably, yeah.
Still with the mahogany.
Have you ever
shell.
had one of his original kits?
Oh no. But
did have any of them turned up over the years?
Well, Marcus still has the original Jazzette kit that was. Marcus Gilmore is Roy's grandson, and a phenomenal drummer, a good friend, and just an unbelievable player. But he does have the Jazzette kit that was Roy's, and that's a wonderful thing.
Wow.
I told him he better never leave that. If he ever sells that kit, I'll have to catch up to him, and I'll have to beat him up, because there's no way, and he has no intention of selling it.
Sure.
But anyway, so we got that stuff going on. Also with the great folks at Gretch, we've got a bunch of Gretch kits coming in. A lot of these are with our special colors. So we've got Mardi Gras, Fiesta Pearl, we've got Espresso Burst, Burgundy Sparkle, but we've also got some of the tried and true Satin Maple, Satin Walnuts. We've also got some other beautiful kits. We've got a beautiful white Sparkle, which is just a stunningly gorgeous kit. Silver Sparkle. We've got a bunch of things coming in, a lot of product, and we're really happy to have all of that stuff. It's fantastic stuff. And a couple other topics here. Those are on the new kit side, and also in terms of cymbals, we've done a great job with Paul Francis's cymbal Craftsman line. That was fantastic.
We can get more from him.
We do. I need to order some more. Yeah, I need to get on with Paul and order some more and do that. We've also got some great stuff in from a company over in Istanbul, Turkey called Leon, Leon. And, I didn't know what to expect of this stuff, and we got about 20, 25 cymbals from them.
Yeah.
And the stuff's fantastic. I've done
we like it.
Many videos.
A lot of mini cut bell rides.
Yeah. And I'll give you a great example of one. We had one, it was a 22, and I looked at it and I said, this 22 I looked underneath, it was 1,920 grams. I said, this is going to be horrible. There's no way a 22
too light
can sound that good. I mean, 1,900 and some grams, that's a good weight for a 20.
Yeah.
A light 22 is like 2,300 grams.
Did they call it a crash, or did they call it
Well, it didn't have any marking on it, but I tell you, I played
cymbal.
that thing. The thing was ridiculous. You think it would have no stick definition. It would all be wash. It was phenomenal. I did it in a video, and somebody saw the video and bought it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, they have like some of the great qualities of some of them, like the 20s with the really tiny bell.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little bit like a flat ride, but not quite a flat ride.
Right.
And they're hand hammered, so they're cool. I thought it was great.
I was blown away by all the stuff that's coming. Everything's been terrific. So that's it's good stuff. I'm happy to see stuff like that come along, and we're happy to try to support it.
We're gonna get more Istanbul Agop.
Oh yeah, that we love Istanbul Agop. We got to get some more in. That always moves well.
Let
for
us know in the comments if you want us to do like try out a typical any type of cymbal actually.
Yeah.
And if you want us to like demo it, let us know.
Absolutely. So then, we kind of flip it over a little bit to a couple of just basic announcements of different things going on. I want to talk about some of the cool vintage stuff we have at the shop too, but also I want to talk about just some general announcements. I think by this time pretty much everybody knows, but I want to just make the statement here. As of September 1, we sold our New York store to our longtime manager out there, Jess Birch. And Jess was with me when we opened up that store. He schlepped out there in January of 2008, and we opened up in April of 2008. And he's been with us every step of the way there. And, it's time. The time has come, and I thought, it's time for me to kind of trim my focus down. We have too many businesses with New York, and then with Forks, and with Illinois, and with Craviato. So we worked something out, and Jess took that business over on September 1st of this year. And he operates it under the name of Good Hands Drum Shop. And he's been doing a great job. It's working out real well for him, and we're really, really happy for him and support him as much as we can.
Yeah, we're going to work together real closely. So we'll still be getting communication all the time, so we might know, and be able to reach Jess if people have a question or something like that.
Absolutely,
so feel free to contact Illinois Store,
Yeah, so that's great. We're really, really happy. That's been terrific for Jess, and he's going to do a really great job out there with his team. The other thing that we've done, we've got up and running now, is something I'd wanted to do for quite a while, and it is a separate section of my business, and this is one of the reasons I want to kind of trim things down, so selling in New York made sense. I want to dial in and focus on what we call Maxwell Private Auctions. And we've now got that up and running through our Maxwell Private Auctions website. And that is designed basically to create a top-tier auction site. And again, for the top quality stuff, the ultra high-end stuff, not stuff you're going to find on eBay, not stuff you're going to find on Reverb. And people can come into that site, they can register to bid. Everything there, all the processes and procedures, any communication, anything that goes on that private auction website goes directly through me. So people are going to be dealing with me on that, and it'll be great stuff. For example, some of the things that we've got extremely rare Craviato Timeless Timber Bird's Eye Maple snares, some that are going to go up there, some of the finest known examples. Joe Morello's Ludwig kit from the early 70s I have, which is Silver Sparkle Mach 4 kit with the Mach lugs, chrome super sensitive snare, canister throne, all the stands, all the pedals, and all the cymbals. That's the kind of thing you're going to see up there.
And for everyone listening, by the time this podcast goes up, this will all be live and active, so you can basically you sign up, and then you can do that through a link on our website. So go to www.maxwelldrums.com, and there's going to be a link there to just sign up right away, or you can just go look at all the auctions that we have. There'll be two different links.
Right.
Really easy to find.
Yeah.
And then you can look at all of them and see if there's anything in there.
And the domain name is maxwellprivateauctions.com. So anybody can just go to there, look at that, and see what's up. And then if you want to register, of course, you can register.
You'll get updates too. So and we're not going to put a lot of stuff on there.
No.
So it's not going to be annoying. It'll be just like every now and then you'll get an email that'll be like, oh, this is the really special item that we have this month.
Right. And you'll get notified if you bid on something, get outbid, you'll get notified. Some things will have reserves. Probably everything will have reserves because this is the cream of the crop stuff. So it'll be really interesting and give our customers another feature, something I've been playing with doing for a while, and we finally pulled it all together. Thanks to you, Steve, in finding the platform for it.
Yeah. Do we have a day for the first auction? That probably, I guess we haven't really set a particular date.
Well, but by the time people are hearing this, it'll already be up because So we'll
it'll be there. Just go to the website and then you can see all the live auctions. Probably
Maxwell
10,
Private
20
Auctions.
going on, maybe.
Yeah, maxwellprivateauctions.com. You can see what's up there. So we got that going on, which is good. And then thinking about some of the stuff we've got in the shop that is kind of some of the special vintage stuff. Stephen talked a little bit about Gretch and history and whatnot, and we have the only example of what is, I'm going to say it's the rarest Gretch finish of all, which is cameo coral. And that it's a finish that was offered in the 50s, right in that same period of time as Cadillac Nitron Green, Copper Mist, Cameo Coral. 54 till about 59. And the Cameo Coral is never seen. This is the only complete kit example that I know of and that's ever been seen as far as I know. And it is just remarkable, and it's in gorgeous condition. So that's one that I worked out something with the good folks at Gretch, and they are going to replicate that finish for me, and we're going to do a small run of kits in that particular Cameo Coral finish. So that'll be great. If anybody's interested in that, they can just contact me. You'll see a picture of that Cameo Coral as part of this broadcast. We'll drop in a picture so you can see what that looks like.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful finish.
Remarkable stuff. And we've also got some other really great stuff at the shop. In terms of upper echelon type kits, we've got Larry Bunker's Copper Mist Gretch kit from the 50s, 12, 14, 20, 3-ply, amazing. Kit that he used with Zoot Sims, and there's YouTube video showing that. Larry was an incredible jazz drummer, also a highly skilled classical percussionist as well. Remarkable player. We've also got another of his kits that we did a YouTube video on, and it's his maple Gretch kit in the same size as it was refinished maple, 12, 14, 20, 60-0 kit. And with that kit, we've also got his Ludwig chrome over brass transition era snare drum, 5x14, and all of his cymbals as used in the Bill Evans videos that you can see on YouTube. So that's an incredible kit that's also for sale that we're brokering. I've got a number of other things, including a very rare Remo snare drum that was made for Louis Belson. And it is a 4x14 white marine pearl 12-lug drum. It's the only one that exists that Remo made especially for Louis, circa I think it was 2006. I've got documentation on that. It's a beautiful piece. And we've got many, many other interesting pieces like that that will be going on the private auction site. And all around the shop, we've also got some cool vintage stuff. We've got a beautiful green sparkle early 70s Ludwig double bass kit, 12, 13, 16, 220s, and a Jazz Fest. Stunningly beautiful kit. Bunch of other stuff too. So just pop up to the Reverb shop, take a look at what's there, and also look at MaxwellDrums.com on that main page, because we keep telling you there. That's our information page to tell you about what's coming in, what just arrived, what's going to be here, little newsy kinds of things like that.
Another piece of good news, waiting time for new kits is less, and it's getting better gradually.
Gradually, yeah. It's still not... It's still tough.
And for everyone out there who's listening and waiting for a kit, we're working on getting everything as quick as we can.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, it's getting better. Some things I'll order it and it'll show up real fast.
Yeah.
It's happened a couple times.
Yeah, but on most new orders, it's still running about 20, 25 weeks, which is more than you'd like it to be. And in some cases...
It's like Gretch and Ludwig right now.
Gretch and Ludwig, which we do mostly. In some cases, you're out about 40 weeks. Like new orders for Ludwig vistalite are running 40 weeks. With Gretch, if you're doing a satin finish or a lacquer, they're running about 40 weeks. But a lot of that isn't due to inefficiency or anything like that. It's just that it's the aftermath of the supply chain things everybody dealt with. For some period of time, you didn't have enough coming in the way of parts and materials, and then you get those in. You've got to fill the back orders that you had.
Like market fluctuations, I think, all over the place.
Well, it's more so just out of the COVID aftermath, where there was stuff sitting out on the water for a long time. Then it gets to the ports. Then it has to get shipped by truck.
Yeah.
And then everything's coming in all at once. You've got to build out the stuff. Then anything new going into the queue, now that the stuff's finally arrived, they've got a backlog they've got to fill, so it's putting the new orders out a little farther. But that's it's starting to work its way down. By the time this video posts, hopefully it'll be down even more. But I think going into 2023, we're going to start to see those timelines come down quite a bit. But so let's see. Did we miss anything? We've got the recording studio still going strong. We've got a good buddy of ours in town, Eric Binder, recorded his most recent release at our studio, and has been in the studio again for his next release, which will be coming out with the organ trio. So that'll be great.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We're using this annex space where we are right now. This is a pretty big room, and it's great. We have plenty of space, and we're gonna be doing clinics. We've done a couple jam sessions. And Matt Wilson.
Yeah, Matt Wilson in December. December, what's the date?
December. I'll have to check my phone. I'll do that right now.
Yeah, so Matt Wilson will be out Wednesday, December 14th.
Yeah, Wednesday, December 14th. That's what it is.
He'll be here, and Matt's a great player, Craviotto artist for decades, and just a great guy, and he's got a great trio, so that'll be fun. We'll get
6 o'clock p.m.
6 p.m.
That's Maxwell Drums, Illinois, and we're going to put out all kinds of flyers and Facebook and Instagram, but everyone should come. We have a lot of space here, so we could accommodate a lot of people, and yeah, it'll be
a fun time.
Awesome.
And we've had other stuff going on in the studio, too. I mean, Jake was in the studio and did a session with the Bluegrass group, which was great. And I got a chance to listen to the playback when he ran it for me. And this was interesting because I think it was the first truly all-acoustic group we've had in the studio. So it gave us a chance to listen to the room in a different way, which was kind of cool. And it sounded great, and the people really liked the room. So
yeah, we've been doing tons of different sessions. So anybody want to come in, and we got tape machines, and we do little tiny projects. If it's like a couple tunes,
fun stuff.
I really enjoy doing the engineer side of things.
So I think other than that, we're just cranking away. Noah's working on photos, listings. Jake's got all the stuff going on with the video editing and the like there, and everybody's just cranking away. We're doing good. We're having a good time, and we just keep plugging forward. So. Anybody's got any questions for me, you can always hit me up at vintagedrums@aol.com. That's my email. And I'm always glad to try to answer questions if anybody's got them. And hope to, as always, shop's open on Saturdays, 11:30 till 5 for people who want to come in. And, during the week, if you want to come in, we used to do it by appointment. Just call us and let us know you want to come down.
All right, yeah, I think that's about it. So if you like all the stuff, just subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and you'll get all the notifications. We've got all kinds of cool demos. This is the podcast. So for those who made it to the end, hit the subscribe button. And we got these. My dad does some demo stuff too, and then there's even some like little lessons that he does on our channel. If you find it,
we need to do that
Steve
again.
Sessions. We're gonna do more of that at some point.
Yeah, I haven't been doing many recently. We need to add some more.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun.
But thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks.